Hello there, and welcome back. Let me explain to you why I'm sitting here in the pitch dark with the torch. Let's put that down somewhere. Will it stand? It'll stand. So, in South Africa, we have a national energy supply, just like I'm sure all of you do as well. The problem is with ours is that they don't always have enough power to go around the whole country or to everyone. So they got this little thing that they called load shedding. And basically what that means is for 4 hours a day during certain times, certain areas kind of just go, and that's the end of your power. Boom. You're buggered for the day or for the next 4 hours or 5 hours, depending on what stage it is. And I used to get really upset about it because, you pay money and you expect shit to work, but sometimes it doesn't. And now I'm just like, okay, no power. I'm just going to go do something else. So that is my current situation. I have no power. But what I do have, which is really exciting, is this right here, the brand new Canon EOS M200. I've been dying to play with this camera. It looks like a really awesome little piece of kit. It is the entry-level beginner, cheapest of the M series cameras, and it looks pretty damn cool. I'm actually, wow. So that is eye tracking in this light. I'm pretty amazed. That is eye track. I'm going off topic. Sorry, guys. What I'm going to do now is I want to take my little Velociraptor out. She's off bunking school today. And we're going to hit a couple of parks and playgrounds. And I'm going to go shoot photos and video of her in 4K and 1080 and different frame rates and see if I can slow them down. And let's see how this little beastie performs in its class range. So far, I'm pretty impressed. I can't see what the video quality is like, obviously, because I'm looking on a little 2-inch screen on the back of the camera. I can't wait to get it on my 4K screen over there and see what this quality is actually like. But I'm rambling. I do that. You actually need to reach out through the computer screen and go and say, Shane, shut up, and let's get on with the review. Okay, so down at the park with the little Velociraptor over there, because as you saw earlier in the video, our national energy provider, Eskom, has decided that we don't need power today. So I figured it would be a good thing to kind of go out and shoot some B-roll tests of video and photo of the little Raptor, because that's where I see this camera kind of placing itself as an entry-level camera to someone who's moving up from a cell phone to their first sort of like camera with lenses. You did a flip?
Yes!
Let's go watch this.
Okay, ready? Ready, Dad?
Yes, go further back, go further back. Okay, let's see your flip.
He must have broken it. Wait.
Whoa, backflip.
Backflip!
How cool is that, a backflip? This child, let's flip the screen up so I can, this child's a little bit of a nutter, to say the least. Anyway, yeah, so I thought I might as well test the vlogging capabilities while we're out at the same time. I am running the 11 to 22mm lens on the EOS 200, and obviously standard audio because there is no audio import. Now, what I've had to do is take all the stabilization off, because as soon as you put stabilization on in the different levels that it has, obviously it starts punching in. And for vlogging, that is not great, because then you're going to be looking at me like this and no one wants to look at me like this. 4K, same sort of thing. You've got that crop that you've got to worry about as well. The nice thing about this camera is that it has sort of pro modes and amateur modes as well. So I'm running it in sort of like manual mode at the moment, but you can stick it into like its auto mode and it's pretty damn good. So far pretty good. I think it is a great upgrade from a cell phone, because you've got lenses you can attach, and you're buying into the M series of lenses. So from here you can move up into the M5, M6s and all those kind of cameras as well. Does it compare to the G7X Mark III? Yeah, we'll have to see, because I've got that camera on test at the moment. It's a hard choice between those cameras because the one's got interchangeable lenses, the other one is just a beast of a camera, and as a vlogger, I most probably would rather go the G7 X3 Mark III route because of it just being such a phenomenal camera. We all know that. But the ability to change lenses is also a game changer when you're coming from a cell phone. Anyway, let's check out some of the B-roll of her playing, check out some of the photos, and we'll talk more about the actual specs of this camera and my final thoughts when we get back to the office. Here we go.
Thank you, Wishing Tree. My favorite thing that was what we were doing today was doing flips. And all that stuff. Well, if you like my YouTube channel, subscribe.
Right, so we've had a ton of fun at the park here. It's almost time for us to go home because it looks like, yep, our lights should be back on now, which means I can actually get to shooting the rest of this video, editing it, getting it out to you. We've had a blast. As you saw in the last clip, the little Velociraptor over here. Velociraptor, come here. The little Velociraptor does have its own YouTube channel. I am going to link it down in the comments below. She would love it. She would love it if you went and subscribed to her channel as well. If you've got kids, what we do is we mostly make stuff and do Play-Doh and unbox toys and basically just generally have fun together. So be cool if you guys would check that out as well. Right, off to shoot the rest of this video. Not. Okay, apparently we're not off to shoot the rest of this video. Apparently we're staying here. Okay, apparently we're not staying here.
I want to stay here.
Right, I guess we're going to stay here for a little bit. Go play. So, the new EOS M200 shares a great deal with its predecessor, including essentially the same body and the same tilting touchscreen and the same 24 megapixel APS-C sensor. Alongside the new sensor, however, sits Canon's latest Digic 8 image processor, taking over from the Digic 7 that we used to have in the M100. The latest engine adds 4K video recording capabilities to the M200 with a maximum frame rate of 30 frames a second. However, recording at 4K comes at a cost with a 1.6 crop factor. Not great. HD videos, however, can be shot up to 120 FPS for 4 times slow motion effect. There's also support for vertical video capture. The M200 will display a movie record button on its screen when it's facing you for vlogging, and it supports vertical video for portrait apps like Instagram Stories and IGTV for those of you who still believe that vertical video is somehow a thing. Yeah, anyway. As well as allowing for new video capabilities, the new sensor and processor pairing also provide for a more point-dense dual-pixel CMOS AF-branded autofocus system, where the M100 had a total of 49 phase detection AF points to choose from. The M200 now has a more generous 143 AF points, and it adds eye detection, which I showed you in the beginning of the video, and it works really well. Another addition for the still imaging side is Canon's latest .CR3 and C-RAW file formats in place of the M100 CR2 RAWs, and Canon has also added both its digital lens optimizer and distortion correction technologies to the array of lens aberration corrections which were already on offer in the M100. There is obviously no built-in viewfinder, no mic input, and the control system is very simple, mostly relying on the touch screen, which is what we're used to. There is, of course, built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and once again, this works fantastically well, allowing easy connectivity with your phone for remote control, image or video transfer, and geolocation tagging. Unfortunately, as with most of the new releases of cameras, Adobe is not up to speed yet. And of course, I only shoot RAW because Jared Poland told me to, meaning that I have almost no pictures to show you, with the exception of these 4 that I snapped before I changed it over to RAW. One of them is HDR, the other is using the toy filter, one is normal, and the last one is using the Instagram filter. If I had to pick out a 4, the last one's really not too bad. All I can say is that the RAW images look fantastic on the back of the camera, and if you would like a copy of the RAW images so that you can play with them yourself before you decide to buy one of these, let me know in the comments down below and I will bang them up on a Google Drive for you to download. I have no issues doing that whatsoever. Overall, this is not a huge upgrade over the M100, but I think it is the ideal setup for someone wanting to move from creating videos and photos on a phone to an interchangeable lens camera. The biggest upside is that there is a wealth of lenses available and they don't cost the earth. If you're looking for a cheap compact shooter for everyday life, I think the M200 is the one that you should consider. And that is it for this video. I have new content dropping twice a week now, and from next week the schedule is going to change up a little bit. So instead of it being Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm moving to Tuesdays and Thursdays. It just gives me a little bit more of a gap in between the weekend where I do actual real work that pays and getting this YouTube stuff out and done. I've really enjoyed spending this time with you, and I'd like to do it again in the very near future. So please do consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notification bell and all that stuff us YouTubers ask you to do. And I will see you, yes, you, in the next video.
Soundstripe.